Hi, good morning. Thanks for joining me again. I need a shower. So I'm going to build one. Kind of. I was gifted a shower outhouse by a neighbour up the street about a year ago actually. And I'm just getting around to improving it, making it nice, basically repairing it. They'd been using it for a number of years as they built their house while living out of a school bus. So yeah, I have this little shower house which I'm going to run off of rainwater, which I will catch off of its own roof. Structurally, it's everything I need. 2 cubicles, one for all of the hardware and the plumbing and the gas water heater and things like that, and another for the actual shower itself, both of which need a bit of an overhaul, so I'll be doing that. And it's basically going to be in 3 phases. There's the interior of the shower itself, the plumbing back end of it with the gas heater and all of that, and then there's the electrical, which I'll put a solar panel on it to charge a battery to run a pump and some lighting. It's going to take me a few days, and not all the pieces are here yet for the filtration system and the water pump. So it'll be done, probably rolling out over a few days. That will be kind of interesting to watch, hopefully. It just started raining, so I'll be leveling this with some 2x4s and bits of wood and anything I can find. I do have some rocks. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that in the rain. I guess it's hail, not rain. Two things have happened. One, I finished leveling the thing, and the other one is the sun came out. So that's good. I think what I want to do first is take the steel roofing tin off of the sides. The only time I've ever really badly injured myself putting anything together was working with sheet metal. So yeah, I don't want to shower next to it. Always use gloves when working with sheet metal. We'll leave the back one on, I think, because I don't mind that. The sides, where you're more likely to touch, I want those to be more like tile. I don't worry too much about this right now, but if it keeps raining like this, it's just going to get so muddy. I'm going to put some chips down just to keep things a little bit drier. Before I go too much further with this, I'm only 5'10", and I feel like I'm going to bump my head on these spiky corners. That feels a little bit safer. So this is the corner of the shower, and it doesn't have anywhere to screw a piece of plywood to. So I'm going to add a stud, and again in that corner. It stopped raining again. today is definitely one of those days where it's just on again, off again rain. But there's a break in the rain now. So I'm going to try and get some pieces of plywood from this stack that all came from when stores and apartment buildings and stuff were boarded up during the COVID lockdown. Pretty trashed, but hopefully I'll be able to find some pieces big enough to do the shower house with. I don't know how good of a substrate this is going to be for these adhesive tiles, but I guess I'll find out in a couple of years, or 6 months, or when they fail, whenever that is. So both sides in, ready to apply tile 2. I took the floor out. The floor was 2x6s, which I planed down to make them clean. Ripped them lengthwise so they're narrower, so instead of being 5.5 inches they're 2.25 inches, so there'll be twice as many planks, twice as many holes. Sanded them and linseed oil on top. So those are now drying, but those are going to go back in here. But before I do that, I'm going to put some of this self-healing flashing on the top so these don't get damp and things will run off rather than soaking into the wood. I don't know, what do you think? Is that an unnecessary step? Probably. But it'll make it last longer. I don't know. Worth a try. Very clean seal that will keep the top of that wood nice and dry. So that's the result. Exposed nice new clean wood. Sorry about the background noise. My neighbours are building a house across the street. I'll be making some noise myself very soon. Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is putting in the shower unit itself against that back wall. I think what I'm going to do is run a strip of cedar along there to mount it to top and bottom, which will also act as a little shelf. With the external plywood off, I can see exactly where the studs and stuff are, and this, obviously using a stud detector through metal is going to be tricky. So I'm going to put an extra piece of blocking right here on this stud, and an extra piece just above here. Now I'm going to cut a little ridge under here, which is the drip line, so when water runs down the front it drips off rather than collecting underneath. Pretty great. I'll pre-drill these. a sacrificial bit. It's actually a masonry bit. I just want to mark the metal. Yes, good. I want to drill one hole. Stainless steel screws, so even in the shower they won't rust or tarnish or anything. So this is the shower I bought. Cheapest, sort of cool looking, generic. That'll be fine. Just got to put all that together. Yeah, that's going to be great. So I'm going to be putting up this adhesive tile on the walls, which should at least give the appearance of a nice shower, which is kind of what I want for people when they come and stay. Even if they're camping, I kind of want them to feel comfortable so they can take a nice shower and get clean. Judging by how sort of medium sticky this stuff is, I'm not super impressed with the adhesion. I'll be surprised and happy if it lasts a year in the elements, or not in the elements, because it is technically indoors. So I mean, I don't know, I'll update, because maybe just in the comments or in the description, because I wanted the look of tile and sort of the cleanliness. My problem with outdoor showers, particularly in an environment like this that's cold most of the year and rainy and damp, I don't want to step into a shower that feels like it's covered in spiders and is kind of dirty. So tile was the way I wanted to go. And I think, you know, I think it looks pretty cool. Now all I need to do is add some trim here and at the top, and that needs to happen all the way around. But I don't have any trim, so I'm gonna have to make some. So that's done. Very exciting. All the trim is done. Nice bit of cedar with some oiled finish. I might do a little bit of polyurethane wipe on poly on top of that. The floor is looking pretty good. Obviously that won't get poly because that's just going to get wet and dirty. But I'm very happy to have gotten that done. It's been about 1.5 years in the making since I got this shower unit, and finally able to sort of convert it into something that I want to take a shower in. Obviously still have all the plumbing to do, lots of trips to the hardware store to get all the right cables, and not cables, pipes, and attachments and stuff to get that working out. I have some filtration stuff on the way, and the pump system I already have. Going to be 12-volt system, so I've got a battery that I'm going to put in there. I bought a new solar panel and a new charge controller to be for the shower. So electrical for lights, electrical for the pump. A pneumatic switch I'm going to install for the pump, which will be on a timer, essentially like a 3-minute time limit for showering, so we don't just run through all the water when people want to shower. Sort of a reminder to not waste all the water we have, because it's only going to be rain catchment water, so there's going to be a limited supply of it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That'll help spread the word. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Either way, thanks very much for watching.